I saw a document written IEBC, and then it was brought on my table. And I was meant to amend the document. I don't know. I was meant to amend the document. And then I saw an image of a lawyer who's also a politician who came, and she was just standing there showing me, sign here, do this and do this. And then after it was amended, I realized that I was meant to submit the image to my mother, who was the president.
In a chilling moment that left the congregation in panic, Pastor T. MWANGI shared a prophetic dream revealing what could potentially unfold during Kenya's 2027 elections. According to the pastor, God revealed that significant amendments are to be made to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, which could drastically impact its operations. However, the prophecy also emphasized that the president will appoint lawyers of truth, ensuring integrity in the process.
So in the morning, because I wrote this and I captured it, I even told my wife I needed to write it. In the morning, the Lord just visited me with a dream. And I saw that dream was strange because the Lord was communicating about issues in government, but using people that I know. Allow me to say this. I don't know why the Lord lately has been leading me towards operations in, I don't know, my prophetic word, all these things, they are very much connected to operations of government. I'm not in politics. I'm not desiring to get into politics, and that's not my desire. But one thing I know is that territorial and apostolic ordinations tend to operate in the same frequency. And so I humbly submit to the authority that God has allowed us to operate under. And as I woke up in the morning, I saw a paper written IEBC. And then I saw there were certain, let me get the exact words. The word here is amendment. I saw a document written IEBC, and then it was brought on my table. And I was meant to amend the document. I don't know. I was meant to amend the document. And then I saw an image of a lawyer who's also a politician who came, and she was just standing there showing me, sign here, do this and do this. And then after it was amended, I realized that I was meant to submit the image to my mother, who was the president. Now, I want to, because I'll give the interpretation. Who was the president? And a part of me was telling me, this is my mother, but I have to do my work. Are we together? And so my mother wanted to know, what amendments have you made on the docket? And then it flipped, and the Lord portrayed 2027. And then in that dream, I saw two thrones. I saw the first throne, and then I saw the second throne. And then I saw the image, come Roy, kneel there. I saw the image, and the Lord told me, the posture before people get into power in the first throne is humility. But the posture, just come my friend, but the posture before people get into power in the second throne, which is always the second term, is pride. So the Lord began to tell me that there will be reconstitution of the IEBC. It is going to happen soon. And the people who will be there, some will be lawyers. And they will need legal interpretation to interpret it. But this is what I saw. It is the president who appoints. And that's why I saw my mother as the president. Because there is a relationship. Because you gave me the job and I feel like I ought to. Is someone getting me? Answer to you because you gave me the job. But the Lord is saying he's gonna plant men that have his fear. Because The security of 2027 will be on the amendments that will be made. Then I saw these two thrones, and the Lord said, every government in their entry level, they seek ordinations. In their second level, they seek muscle. And this is the reason why the pattern of 7 is not a good pattern. Because you discover that 1992 we went to the multi-partyism. Are we together? 1997 there was post-election violence, and 1992. But when we went to 2002, that's when now we voted in the late blessed memory Kibaki. And in 2007, what was that 2007? His second term. He had to guard the throne with blood. We all know Honorable Raila won. We all know. It's not a lie. We know the swearing in was done at night. Am I speaking? You know, we are Kenyans. Am I speaking to anyone? We can't pray without intelligence. Then now we came to 12. It was Siuchawini, Maombi, humility to get the throne in the first quarter. But how many remember 2017 we had 2 elections? And remember what happened is the same time there was a prayer caravan. That is when Apostle Kemani William, and I bless the Lord for that man, and other men, because he was not alone, that joined the caravan, and they went anointing every county. And because of those intercessions, there was interventions. Now we are getting into another cycle of 7. The pattern has never changed. Humility, then. And the Lord said we need to pray for, the word here is the amendments in the IEBC. Is someone getting me? This is the dream I saw. So I was asking the Lord, who is this lawyer? The Lord told me the image of that law in the spirit represents the integrity of the law. So the Lord is going to plant men that have integrity over the law. The second thing I asked him, Lord, what do you mean by this cycle of 7? He said, this cycle, every time men ascend by my power, they never contend for the second term with my power. Because when you sit on the throne the first time, you feel the warmth of the seat. Everyone here, even you know, you serve in areas and you get power. You are humble until the day you become a CEO. That's the day you look at the privileges at your disposal and you begin to feel, no, it is not pride. You are now enjoying the warmth of that seat. And it is natural for man sometimes to forget the one that planted him on that throne. Can we hold our hands and just make that prayer? That the constitution of them that are going to run the IEBC will carry the fear of the living God.
But with the prophecy pointing to these changes, many are left wondering, could 2027 elections mirror the chaos and bloodshed of 2007? Pastor T. Monkey's words have sparked widespread concern as he pointed out a recurring pattern in Kenya's political history, specifically in elections years ending with 7. According to the pastor, each of these years has been marked by intense political pressure that escalates into violence, leaving bloodshed in his wake. In his sermon, Pastor T referenced 1997, 2007, and 2017, each of which saw significant unrest. He warned that this pattern could potentially continue in 2027 if political tensions are not handled with wisdom and integrity. As the congregation anxiously discusses the implications, the burning question remains: could the political pressures of 2027 escalate into conflict like those of past years? Will the country face another cycle of violence, or can Kenya break free from this destructive pattern? With the stakes high, The nation watches and prays, hoping for God's mercy on Kenya. Only time will tell whether this prophecy comes to pass and what course the nation will take leading up to 2027. This is Stephen, GC News.